Hi, this video is a little bit different than the other ones that I've shot so far. It has to do with my point of view is I called a radio host. His name is Dennis Prager. He's a very popular guy. He has a national syndicated radio show that he has several million listeners. But he's a very knowledgeable guy. I learned a lot from him. I've listened to this man for a number of years actually while I was living in California. But one day what happened, what startled me, and I called the show and I got through, thank God. He raised a topic on this Rodney King beating. I'm pretty sure people have heard of it. It's basically saying that the ends justify the means. The cops had a right to do whatever they did. Had the media just seen what Rodney King did to provoke the cops. And I thought, like, whoa, for a guy who is such a lofty intellectual, how could he even say something like this? But apparently, you know, he's a religious Jewish guy, and he was brought up in a Jewish world. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe his upbringing kind of blinded him to some sensitivity here. And being a black man myself, who happens to be an Orthodox Jew, or a Jewish man who happens to be a black man, either which way you want to look at it, I myself, I've witnessed and experienced a lot of misconceptions, both from, I mean, just the world at large. And I think, however, Dennis Prager upbringing probably kind of, maybe it was political. Who knows why his position was. It could be that it was political, or it was his Jewish upbringing that kind of made him insensitive to another people's struggle. So when you listen to this clip that we're going to play, I think it supports my idea that race is something that Judaism, definitely Orthodox Judaism, it's something that we have to address, and I intend to. And with my book, again, there are portions of my book that, because it's a memoir, so within the book there are portions of the book that I had to describe experiences that happened, and a lot of it actually had to do with like race issues. But anyway, so listen again. This is Dennis Prager. I think he's a litmus test, because he's a very intelligent guy, usually very sensitive. But for him not to be sensitive on this issue, I think is a key point to show us that for sure race is something that will be and needs to be addressed where Judaism is concerned. And again, thank you for listening. And I would like for you to write me back with your comments. My email is going to be posted on this clip. And tell me what you think. Again, I don't think I'm overboard. I'm going overboard with this. It's a very sensitive subject. Who in the world wants to speak about race? But it's something that has to be dealt with, and thank you for your sensitivity, and thank you for just understanding that I'm just calling it as I see it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Who's to say?
Okay, let's go to Jester in Los Angeles. Hi, Jester. Dennis Prager.
Hi, Mr. Prager.
Hi.
This is actually my first time calling you, and I've been listening to you for over 3 years now, actually.
Wow, thank you.
I heard just a few minutes ago you said that had the media shown the entire Rodney King beating, then the people would have understood why it was that the cops did what they did.
That is right. I did say that.
So you're saying in principle you agree with the way the cops handled it?
No, I said that. No, I chose my words very carefully, and you quoted them perfectly accurately. Had the public seen what happened, they would have understood it was not a race-based beating. It was not cops acting with no provocation. They may have well overdone it, absolutely. But they would have understand how Rodney King had provoked them and how he had resisted all attempts to subdue him prior to the beating. But this was never shown on TV.
So the end justified the means?
No, I never said that. I never said that. All I said was that the public would have understood what happened a lot better and not thought these were racist, wild cops. Alrighty, everybody, you're listening to the Dennis Prager Show. It's funny how things from the past come up. It's perfectly appropriate, and I don't even remember how exactly it arose. I think, oh yes, because of my statement about how the media are irresponsible. Nothing was more obvious than the showing of a few seconds. I think it was 17 seconds, whatever it was, 9 seconds of the Rodney King tape, and never anything that preceded it. And leading people to believe that a bunch of racist cops had just taken a black out of a car and beaten him up. course, the other black in the car was not touched because he listened to what the police did. Of course, he had gone through heavily populated urban streets, being chased by the police, being when they wanted him to. And if you did see the other parts of the tape, you would see how he goaded on the police and did not listen to them, and nothing they tried before the beating worked. But to say this is as you heard from a caller, Dennis, are you saying that the police were right? And all I said was that if people want a nuanced understanding, we're told all the time that only the left sees nuances, that